Welcome to my channel about narcissistic abuse and healing. Today we are diving into something you probably haven't thought much about. 7 strange behaviors that almost all victims of narcissistic abuse experience but rarely realize. These behaviors can seem so normal after being trapped in a cycle of abuse that you might not even know you are doing them. But once you spot them, you will start to see just how deeply the abuse has impacted you. Let's uncover the truths together. Number 1. Emotional volatility. Victims of narcissistic abuse often experience extreme emotional highs and lows. The unpredictable nature of their relationship with the narcissist can lead to sudden mood swings, where they might feel happy and content one moment, only to spiral into deep sadness or anger the next. This emotional volatility continues even after victims leave the relationship. The frequent mood changes, swinging from sadness to anger without clear triggers, are draining and add to the sense of profound fatigue. Fawning and excessive flattery. Fawning or excessively flattering and appeasing the narcissist is another common behavior among victims of abuse. In an effort to avoid conflict or punishment, victims may go out of their way to praise the narcissist, even when it feels forced or insincere. This behavior is a survival tactic where the victim believes that by keeping the narcissist happy, they can prevent further abuse. However, this excessive flattery often reinforces the narcissist's sense of superiority and entitlement, trapping the victim into a cycle of continued abuse. Pent-up rage. Victims of narcissistic abuse often carry a significant amount of pent-up rage. This anger accumulates over time due to constant mistreatment, manipulation, and injustice they experience. However, because they are often unable to express this anger directly to the narcissist without facing severe consequences, they may suppress it. This pent-up rage can manifest in unexpected outbursts, either in situations where they feel safe enough to release their emotions or directed at unrelated triggers. This behavior can be confusing to others as the level of anger they may seem disproportionate to the situation at hand. Inability to perform simple tasks. Victims of narcissistic abuse often find themselves struggling with basic daily activities. The mental bashing that an abuse victim often endures can leave them feeling so overwhelmed that even simple tasks become daunting. A victim may discover to her dismay that she cannot even cook a meal properly, as the ongoing anxiety and confusion disrupt her focus and ability to function normally. This inability to execute everyday tasks can continue even after she leaves the toxic relationship. Dislike of being caught off guard. After enduring the unpredictable behavior of a narcissist, victims may develop an intense aversion to being caught off guard. They become hyper-aware of their surroundings and dislike surprises, even benign ones. This behavior is a defense mechanism to prevent the shock and trauma of sudden attacks or manipulations. Victims might insist on knowing details in advance, require clear plans, or react strongly to changes in their routine. This need for control over their environment is a way to protect themselves from the chaos they once endured. People-pleasing and over-apologizing. Victims may engage in excessive people-pleasing and over-apologizing, even for things that are not their fault. This behavior often results from the narcissist's manipulation, where the victim has been conditioned to believe that they are always in the wrong. The constant need to apologize and seek approval is an attempt to maintain peace and avoid the narcissist's wrath. This behavior can persist even in relationships outside of the abuse, where the victim feels an irrational need to appease others at their own expense. Overly protective of possessions. Victims of narcissistic abuse can become overly protective of their possessions. This behavior often develops because during the abusive relationship, they may have had their belongings taken, destroyed, or used against them by the narcissist as a form of control or punishment. As a result, they may now guard their possessions fiercely and would like to be in full control of them. This can lead to an almost obsessive need to keep their belongings, especially money, safe and out of reach of others. Self-isolation. Many victims withdraw from social circles, either out of shame or because they fear being hurt again. This loss of trust in human relationships is one of the saddest outcomes of narcissistic abuse. Victims may distance themselves from others, preferring isolation over the risk of encountering further emotional pain. These 7 strange behaviors are not flaws in the victims, but rather survival mechanisms developed in response to severe psychological and emotional harm inflicted by narcissists. Understanding these behaviors is the first step towards breaking the cycle and beginning the journey to recovery. Thank you for watching.